he was a wise guy, kind of like a wise guy.
You know what? You're a wise guy.
He got pitched.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Get Into It.
What number are we on?
This is our 42nd show.
That's what's up.
We are broadcasting out of the tequila room. There's tequila everywhere, all around us.
But it's not Casa Mexico.
No Casa Mexico, but we've got all kinds of other tequilas. It's a room. There's tequila. We're on Sunset Boulevard. We're at Pink Taco.
The old Roxbury, night at the Roxbury. Emilio!
Jesus. You scared me.
He didn't get it.
Anyway, this is a great night. We've done 2 podcasts in a row, which I don't think we've done them before back to back. I have a gift for Tootie right here. It's called The Idol Maker, starring Ray Sharkey and Tova Feldsche.
Who's Tova Feldsche?
Here you go, dude. This is for you. I ordered that for you.
But is this a gift for me? Because I saw it
No,
earlier.
I'm sorry. You got to give it back.
And you said I got to give it back.
Yeah, you got to give it.
So it's like a screener. I get to borrow it?
Online, I'm giving it to you, but behind the scenes, you got to give it back.
I watched it on YouTube over the weekend when I was 2 bottles in. I was pretty hammered. I couldn't listen because it was on YouTube.
This movie inspired me to be a producer, be in show business anywhere near it. He was very shady, but he was very talented.
But he got it done.
If you get a chance, take a look at it in all of its glory in HD or whatever they made it in back then.
Best actor, Golden Globe Award, Best Actor.
Yeah,
in a musical
it was
comedy.
an amazing film.
Wow, all right.
This is Taylor Hackford's first movie.
Nice.
Vinny, no cheese.
No. Vinny had cheese. Don't give me that.
This is over. We got the Vinny no cheese Roberts. Yeah, this Vinny Vaccari, he had cheese.
Dude, there's cheese for people who are doing stuff. There's cheese.
Knock it off.
Take it easy.
We're breaking balls over here.
We have an amazing guest today.
Yes.
Incredible guest.
Been talking
super
about
talented.
This guy since the beginning.
Amazing businessman. Would you introduce him, please? Introduce him.
Mr. Steve Weiser, ladies and gentlemen.
Weiser.
Give myself a clap, dude.
Stevie Weiser.
Dude, you have been a subject on this podcast many times. We've talked about you and your...
Just 8.
You don't make bad decisions. You told me one day, I don't make bad decisions.
I just make wrong decisions. They turn out to be okay decisions.
But they work.
They work. Some of them work.
Would you say that sometimes making a decision is more important than not making a decision?
Yes. No, honestly, I work with a lot of people that can't make a decision.
Yeah.
So you see who can produce and who can't.
Yeah.
So if you can make the decision, you have enough confidence in your decision.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I feel that. You feel that? Mm-hmm. I know you because
he's a closer like you, Robert.
Well, you're a closer, but you're an executive on a show, right? What show is that?
I'm the senior broadcast producer of Extra.
It's amazing.
And really
I've been doing it for almost 15 years.
Yeah,
long time.
That show's been around for 15 years?
It's been around for 26 seasons.
That makes me feel old, dude.
I don't want to say it, but you guys are looking really good. The light's a little red in here, but the light's a little red. I'm whiskey deep, but
all right.
Nice.
Hey, you want to get into it? I get it.
Extra,
get lubed up.
Extra is one of the most successful magazine shows of all time.
Yes,
Entertainment
Tonight, then Extra, and then I think next is Access, Inside Edition.
Whoa. That used to be, not anymore.
I'm just saying the longevity.
Oh, right.
Longevity.
But you made your bones.
I started at Access. That was I spent a good amount of time at Access.
Did you really?
Under Ann Lewis Roberts.
Give us your origin.
So, out of high school, went into broadcast journalism. I wanted to be the next Howard Stern, and then I thought that there is absolutely no money in radio unless
could have been
because of the nose. Because of the nose.
No, what a dick.
Because of the wit.
Face for radio.
His name's Weiser, but you're really an Italian.
I'm Italian. I'm like 40% Italian, and then the other, like, I got all sorts of shit in me.
Yeah.
That's
what she said.
So, yeah, that's what she said.
Whoa.
Family show. I got a kid in the back. You didn't hear that, right? No,
he's okay.
He's got his headphones on.
So, yeah, I went to Cal State Fullerton for broadcast journalism, and I was 3 units from graduating, and then I saw something on the board that said internship for this new show in L.A., took it off the board, drove up to L.A., and it turned out to be Access Hollywood.
Wow.
So
that's just like his wife.
I was an intern for 3 months, and then I realized that I needed to find a way to stay here and make some money because this is what I wanted to do. To fuck radio wasn't going to happen.
Right.
I saw people around me driving up in some convertible sports cars, and I'm like, there's some money in this.
Yeah.
So worked hard for 3 months. They gave me a job as a PA. Eventually, my first boss was your wife,
Really?
Ann Lewis.
Really?
Yes. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you a great story about your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, whoa,
So-
wait a minute.
No.
David, get on your toes. We might
No,
have to.
I will come clean on this.
Take it easy.
I had a huge crush on Ann Lewis, and let me tell you why.
Makes sense.
She had a lot. She was one of those people who can make decisions. And at that place, she was in charge of like the TV or film department. I don't remember what one it was, but I was the PA for a certain department, and there was like 10 people in film or 10 people in TV, and she kind of ran that. Everybody went to her for, hey, should we cover this or should we do this? She was the boss of that. So I'm a PA. I'm doing my thing, and I'm hustling. I'm trying to do my job. I'm making like $500 a week. It wasn't a lot of money. So I thought to myself, these guys who are these segment producers, the TV guys, I'm going to pick up shit. That's my job, to go do shit and pick up. A lot of them are saying, hey, man, I got to get my dry cleaning. I can't get it. I got to go. My dog needs to be walked. I can't do it.
Entrepreneur.
So I went after each one of them. There's 10 of them. And I said, hey, for $5 a week, maybe $10 a week, I'll get your groceries. I'll get your laundry. I'm here. I'm doing runs anyways. I'll still bring it to your desk when I'm out on my other shit, and I'll do it.
That's tight.
Every single one of them signed up for it. So I'm making extra money on the side, and your wife pulls me aside. She goes, hey, I know what's going on, and I appreciate the hustle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, she didn't say it in those words, but
Yeah.
she knew what I was doing. She knew that I was ambitious, and she was down.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
I think she said she asked you, hey, are you like doing extra stuff for people?
Maybe, yeah.
And then you said yes, and she was like, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was
the story I
It was a
heard.
long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
Was she fun to work with?
she was great to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, you know, this was TV back in the day. So there was a lot of fun, and we were the only people around celebrities. If you weren't in movies, there wasn't any TMZ, there wasn't internet yet.
Right.
Like, we were the entertainment source, so we rubbed elbows on the red carpet, and you couldn't see these movie stars unless we put them on TV.
Right.
So there was a lot of inside information still going on with us before the internet and my brother over here at TMZ exploited it. So it was a really kind of cool time to be in that environment, and you felt like you kind of were part of something.
Right.
Yeah,
Where
I-
now it's like everyone's got their own thing,
Yeah.
YouTube or whatever.
I'll tell you, my wife often looks back and says, E.T., when she was on E.T. and she did Access, she looks at it as like this wonderful memory of, the beginnings and this great time that she had as a
Yeah.
producer. She really remembers it fondly. It was her favorite job of
Yeah.
all time,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah, I had a really good time at Access. So
ET or Access?
She was at E.T.
Yeah,
for
then-
9 years, and then she got...
all of them were. It kind of was the cycle.
During that
the people
time.
from ET left
Yeah.
to start up Access.
Yeah, they
Some
stole
of the
like 5 or 6 of them or
that's
something
what
like
happened
that.
with
Yeah.
some of the people who did, like where I ended up after Access.
Yeah.
I got a calling from Lisa G, who's the executive producer of Extra, and she said that, hey, I heard about you through so and so, because once you're at Access for a while, once you're at a place, you can only get so high. So eventually, I worked myself up at Access to producing segments and then producing shows and then kind of basically working on the weekend show and running my own stuff and timing out shows. So one of the writers who used to be at Access ended up over at Extra, and she told the person, Lisa G, about me, and she says, hey, I'd like you to come over for a meeting. We're starting up a show called Celebrity Justice. I want you to meet a guy named Harvey Levin. And I said, I didn't know. I'm like, Harvey Levin, the People's Court Harvey Levin? Like, all right. She's like, just come over here. I think it'd be good for you. So I went and I met Lisa and Harvey, and they pitched me a show called Celebrity Justice, all about like lawsuits happening with celebrities.
Right.
So it was kind of the wheelhouse that I was doing, but it was a different kind of genre, and it was different and it was new.
Out of the
Plus,
box.
they were going to quadruple my pay because I went in there and I said, I'm doing this. This is what I'd like. This is what the person above me makes. This is what I want. And they said, done.
Wow.
So I cried a little bit because I was scared, but I took the leap, went over to Celebrity Justice, rode that out for, I think it was 3 seasons. Then it was the time that Harvey said, listen, the show's going away. There's not really a platform for this, but like I got a nice little springboard here. I'm going to create a website. It's called the 30 Mile Zone. You can either come with me, start this website. I'm like, fuck, nobody's going the internet.
What
Screw
year
that.
is
I'm TV, dude. I go to the Oscars.
What year is that?
This was 2002.
Okay.
Wow.
So he's going to start this little website.
Right.
And I'm like, I think I'll stay with TV. That's what I know. So I stayed with Extra. He went and started TMZ. Which became TMZ.
So wait, did you go back to Lisa and go like, hey, I'm not
So
gonna
I
be...
said, Lisa kind of said, I'd like you to stay with me, but I don't really have a job for you. What do you want to do? And I said, well, I was doing some stuff earlier at Access in Vegas, and I was kind of making my mark there, and I was realizing there was no national news organization out there. So every time I was going to Vegas, I worked at Access and worked a little bit at Extra with Celebrity Justice. I'd go to the clubs, and the club owner was like, "Oh, can you get, I have Paris Hilton tonight. I'll put you at her table if you can put this on TV." Because remember, there was no internet. That TMZ hadn't launched yet.
Right.
There wasn't an outlet for all that stuff. So I convinced Lisa. I said, "Listen, I think Vegas is an untapped market. Why don't you let me move to Vegas? I'll create a Las Vegas bureau, and I'll run entertainment news out of Vegas, and we'll do something that's never been seen." And she's like, "Okay, good luck. I'll give you 3 months, and then come back here. We got to find something for you to do." 3 months turned into 3 years.
Wow.
Then, I originally, randomly, Harry Morton, Pink Taco, which we are here, he was one of the first people I met with. Harry and his father, Peter Morton, we created the first bureau at the Hard Rock, did that for a year. And then a guy named Robert Earl, who kind of tapped me on the shoulder, who was running Planet Hollywood back in the 90s. One of his minions kind of came and found me. We were doing an event at the Hard Rock or something in Vegas. And I was living there full time. And she kind of said, "Hey, we're creating this where the Aladdin used to be, right in the center of the Strip. We're going to bring Planet Hollywood, and it's going to be this unbelievable hotel. We're going to bring back all the celebrities. You guys deal with celebrities."
That's so great.
And I'm like,
dude.
Planet Hollywood,
Timing, dude.
like 90s Planet Hollywood, like what? And she's like, "Just come and meet this guy. His name's Robert Earl. He's the creator of all this, and just come and meet with him." I said, "All right, I'll meet with him." He was going to woo me to take us away from the Hard Rock, and I'm like, I had nothing to lose. I said, "Fuck it." I was living the high life. I was going to the clubs. I was doing everything I needed to do, and I loved my life. Extra was loving what we were doing. We were pouring in stories. We were the people who, if here in LA, it was ET, Access, and then like Extra third.
Right.
In Vegas, we were number one.
Right.
We were the only game in town. When I was thriving out there.
Is that still how it is?
Still how it is.
Yeah.
And will always be how it is. As
Right.
long as I'm a part of it, that's how it rolls.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm dug in deep there. It's my home there. I got great connections there. So there's only a couple people in my life that really have made a mark on me, and Robert Earl was a big one.
I was the other one.
So along with Tootie. So Robert, I go to meet this guy Robert Earl, and I go into the 51st floor on the Aladdin that eventually is going to become Planet Hollywood. And I'm walking in this meeting, and I'm in a suit because we're talking a lot of money. This could be a great opportunity for us. So I walk into this room, and the woman, her name is Amy Sadowski, and she's still a friend to this day. She brought me in the room. She's like, "He'll be here in a second." This guy walks in, this little English guy. I don't want to say little because he's not a tall guy,
formidable,
but he brings a lot of heat and a lot of power, and his energy is infectious. He walks into the room in boxer shorts, a long sleeve like Paul Smith shirt, Paul Smith socks. They're just all these wild colors in boxer shorts. He sits on the couch, puts his foot up almost with his nuts hanging out, and you're in your suit. I'm in my full-blown suit. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And he's like, "You need to be here, and this is why you need to be here. Opening night, I'm going to have Bruce, Sly, Demi, Ashton, Barbara Streisand's the opening act, Eddie Murphy, Kevin Spacey before Kevin Spacey's been abolished." It was the biggest of big. And I'm like, I'm in. Like, he just sold me on it. And I brought it back to Lisa. She says, "I think you're crazy. I think the Hard Rock it was the hottest thing at the time, all the bands." I said, "This guy knows what he's doing. In a year from now, we're going to be at the King of the Strip." And eventually I negotiated the Extra Lounge, which is in the center of the casino.
Was at the Extra Lounge. I drank
extra
at the
slot
Extra
machines,
Lounge.
the Extra hotel, the Extra suite. Yeah. So we dug in pretty hard in Vegas. Over 3 million people a month walk through that location and see our brand still to this day.
Unbelievable.
So it was a great partnership, and that spawned a lot of things with Robert Earl and I. We got into many, many, many other ventures, which brought me to the Hotel Channel and the 702 and a channel that I own in Vegas, and then eventually.
Now you're on Let's Get Into It.
Now I'm in Let's Get Into It.
Now you're on Let's Get Into It.
Can I say, we've had a lot of guests on. I've met a lot of people. I've never been jealous of anyone before, but I am for sure jealous right now. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. The people that you met.
You had to have balls to be there. Like, you took a chance.
Well, Robert Earl proved that.
That's true.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it is. It's all of
is.
life, dude. All life. It's proximity. It's who you're in front of, and then it's what you do in that room.
And you're blessed. You've met a lot of good people, and you're probably a good person.
And you know what? I try, and anything that happens to me, I try and surround myself with all the people that I love. If you see who I work right now, my brother works with me.
Yeah.
My
is
cousin,
that you? You guys working together?
Chad's with me at Extra now.
Chad.
Tommy, who's at Extra. Yeah. I've got Tony Carrasco, Omar, who was just there, though, friends for the last 25 years.
Amazing.
I surround myself with the people I love. Man.
Yeah, and good shows. The show's great. It's been around for a lot of years, and probably because of a lot of your work, it had staying power.
Yeah.
Because you do sort of have to evolve. And it's funny, as you mention all of this stuff, when you watch a magazine show as a fan, you're cooking, you're preparing dinner for your kids. This is the time that it's happening.
Fodder.
These things that you did, these extra pieces, this reaching out to Vegas and all this, probably made the show a lot more interesting and different than what else was out there.
I used to think that it was, I loved it because I thought it was great content and it was something that we were getting. Like I said, we weren't third on the arrival line. If Britney Spears was in a club or Mariah Carey was launching an album, we were there with her. And usually we don't get those interviews. So we got a lot of those interviews. But to be honest with you, it was a big, big struggle. They would think that because no one was fighting over it, it wasn't really that important. Right. And it was a struggle. But we stuck with it, and I think it works now. And we have a great relationship with Extra and the city of Las Vegas. So it went from just being the Robert Earl and Planet Hollywood. Now we have a great relationship with the entire city.
Right.
So I'm pretty.
And they rely on you.
They rely on me, and I rely on them.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas is truly, and I watched it happen. It used to be the bottle service capital of the world, and then slowly. And by the way, real quick, back to Robert Earl, the innovator that guy was. Planet Hollywood. Now, Britney Spears launched her residency. Right. Jennifer Lopez, Gwen Stefani, Shania Twain. Well, Shania's whatever. I think she's at Zappos now.
Right.
But the Zappos Theater, all of those people are all a product of what he brought to that hotel in the middle of the Strip.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy to think that some guy's vision can do something like that.
And there's been a lot of visionary businessmen in Vegas. I mean, Wynn created some pretty impressive stuff, and Robert Earl, obviously had a vision, and people didn't agree necessarily that it was going to work, and it killed.
And then some cyclical thing changed.
Right. And that's how it always works, except for in your career, apparently.
No, trust me. But like I said, Vegas used to be the bottle service. Now it's entertainment capital of the world. It's the sports and gaming capital of the world. It's where you go. Like they're going to have the NFL draft is going to be there in April.
Wait a minute, you guys are getting a football team.
I mean, it's Allegiant Stadium, 65,000 people it holds. It's going to be the most connected stadium. I mean, look at me, I'm promoting the city.
That's amazing.
But it is truly like I've got 2 homes out there. I am dug in out there.
Yeah.
I love it there.
You love it there.
I love it there. I'm a Nevada resident.
Yeah.
But I talk, Weiser and I talk a lot. And he'll have his moments where he's like, "I'm done with Vegas. I'm out of there."
Right?
Yeah.
That's when I have my own moments.
After you lose a bet.
No, you know what? Honestly, when I'm in Vegas, I don't gamble.
No, and he doesn't really go to the Strip.
I believe
he
you.
sticks local.
I'm at home, and it's all about meetings. I'll go there. I'll have meetings.
Yeah.
I'll do what I need to do. It's all business. It used to be like I would be the old guy in the club till I was like late 30s.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point like I was just like, there's nothing. The deals used to happen midnight in the clubs.
Right.
The reason that I would get some of the stuff is because I'm with the owners. They felt that they knew me. They'd let me in on the jokes.
Yeah.
They'd let me on the exclusives. Like we had a rapport. It didn't matter. No publicist, no manager was going to deal. It was the club guy who was paying her $50,000 or him $50,000.
Right.
I had the relationship. You got it. You're my guy.
Right.
Lopez came on board Extra in 2008, so I was actually privy to some of this. I was in the nightclubs with Weiser Bottle Service, and he was making deals. So I saw it firsthand. It was pretty fun.
Amazing.
I got to say, we were, what is that, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
But so
there's so much content out there. So now whatever we're putting on, we need to make sure it's the best content. So you kind of lose out on some of the favors that you used to do.
Yeah.
And now it's just the top of the top that can make the show because there is so much out there to consume and so many different streaming service putting out stuff out there that we can cover.
Right.
Where before it was like you'd have a couple studios releasing a movie, you'd go to a premiere and everybody would have the same premiere. And then you have a couple TV shows launching, you go behind the scenes or whatever. But now it's like there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Amazon. Everyone's got a show. There's so much content. Yeah. So even great stuff like Vegas, it's tough. It's a fight to get it into the show because it's about the city. It's not about the stars.
Let me ask you about this. Hosts like Mario. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to turn this into a love fest about Mario, but Mario's Q rating across the board, like from 18 to old guys, he seems to be liked by everybody.
Not liked, man.
Loved.
I'll never forget, sorry to cut you off, Weiser pulled us aside one day and said, "Hey, there's this new thing coming out called Twitter, dude. You need to get on it. Ryan Sequest has like 5,000 followers." Sequest. And Lopez like, "What is it?" He goes, "You just write stuff about like whatever you're thinking or it's
Who said this?
Weiser did."
Okay.
And Lopez like, "What do you mean? I don't understand. No one cares. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid." Cut to.
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, exactly. Cut to.
That's better.
You should have heard the first time I pitched the hotel channel to him. I said, "Mario, 40 million people will see you a month. I said, over a billion people,
Stupid.
travelers will see you. He goes like this, touch. Billion.
Hotel rooms? I'm not doing
Come
that.
on. Cut 2 years later, and everyone's like, oh, holy shit. I mean, you go in a hotel room, you see them across the country. So,
dude, celebrities are saying, like, you were
Oprah.
just in my hotel room.
Oprah, Jennifer Lawrence says, I can play you in a movie.
By the way, that was a big break for him. Coming on Extra was a very, very, very huge move for him.
Huge.
So how was that?
I had no part of that. That was Lisa Gregorish. She actually found Ryan Seacrest. She found a bunch of people. She saw something in him before Idol. And Mario Lopez, man, she took him right off of Dancing with the Stars and made him a weekend show host. And then he became this big host. But,
by the way, he was on this show and said his life started after Dancing with the Stars. So
I mean, well, you know what? This guy's really had chapters. Like, life's all about chapters. It's not one big long story. It's a bunch of chapters, and that was probably a huge chapter in his life. He's on another chapter now. I knew when he was leaving Extra, we needed to find somebody who checked all the boxes for Mario. Like, we need somebody, if we're going to get picked up, because Extra was on the verge of maybe not being around. This could be our last year, and we were leaving NBC. No show has ever successfully jumped networks, lost a host, and we did that. We got picked up for 3 years, and that was huge. Again, Lisa G, Billy Bush, Fox, Jack Abernathy, they saw something, and it worked.
Yeah.
But when we were looking, when Mario said he was leaving, and we had 6 months to a year, and this is some inside baseball shit, we needed to find the next Mario Lopez. And when you're trying to fill that gap, you realize how unique this person is.
Right.
You need somebody who's going to walk onto the Universal lot, and it's almost like for the kids or for people in a different generation, it's Scooby-Doo. I need to take a picture with this guy. That's Scooby-Doo. He's as iconic to some of these people as a person they watched growing up as a cartoon.
Right.
You needed to check that box. You needed somebody who wanted to go take a photo with that person. Then you needed somebody people who watch our show, women 45 to 55, men. You need somebody who appreciates a fine bottle of wine and somebody who can eat a nice steak also to appreciate Mario Lopez. So you have this whole end of the spectrum, and then you got the big thing. Can somebody deliver the lines? Can somebody talk to celebrities, come up with questions that are going to be an exciting interview? That's not an easy box to fill.
No.
And then I knew then that like this guy was something good. It's going to suck to miss him. We luckily found a unbelievable replacement, and I think Billy Bush, what he has done, it's a different monster. Billy Bush he's this journalist that goes after stories, and he's got new takes and angles, and I can't write anything with Billy Bush not having his stamp on it. Like, he wants to be involved. Mario is this entertainer, and he is larger than life for people. Yeah. And he really gives off this persona that's it's different.
Well, he tends to be an everyman, so you feel like you know him.
You feel like you know him. You feel like you're friends with him. You can go up and talk to him.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, like, you know how his mind works. That guy's on. He's got 17,000 different things he's working on.
It's amazing. But just to put a button on Billy Bush. Billy Bush is a gentleman. He's very smart.
Billy Bush is very the sharpest guy in the room.
Yeah,
and it shows.
Yeah, and he's he's a gentleman. He truly appreciates and respects the talent that he's interviewing.
He does.
I only know this firsthand because I did a movie called Water and Power, and I took Eddie Olmos to Access. And
feel the whole Johnny.
Yeah, right,
negative turns to negative equals a positive. Say it.
And he was, he was so connected to the interview.
I'm telling you, man.
And and he just cares. When he left, he kind of said goodbye to everyone. Hey, good luck with the movie. He didn't have to say any of that.
He's very prepared.
Yeah,
he's very prepared.
So that's cool. Let me just go back to when. I want to know, when Mario started, I don't think anyone realized how big he was going to be in this area. When you started working with him and he started on the show, did you see things starting to happen there?
You know what?
Audience-wise?
I saw once we went to the Grove and we became outside the people. So again, we were the first show and I had nothing to do with it. My bosses decided that we were going to go outside. We're going to take the show outside. I don't know why they did it. She created something new every year that changed, and we were going to go outside. When we went outside and I saw Mario in front of people, and you actually have an audience that could form around him, there was a huge difference when you're trying to form a crowd when Mario's there or when it's a talent that they don't know who's there.
Right.
And we used to have to stack the deck and invite people, do giveaways, give away free loot So people would stand there. In
the beginning, we hired
in the very
extras.
beginning.
Right.
And
the beginning,
then
there was extras.
Yeah, we hired people to stand. I mean, we needed a backdrop.
Right.
But over the years, man, when people started to see what we were doing and the rise of like who this guy is, and it was the brand of the show, and it was it was all of it at the time.
And his popularity.
It was popularity, but and he rode a wave, man. He's still on a wave.
But what I really noticed, Dave, tell me if I'm wrong, but there was a lot of cholos in the background.
Stupid.
Just me.
Just gang members. Like the gang members would show like, hey, you want to come? Wait a minute, I just turned Italian. That's not Mexican.
No, but that's just. But that was just Mario's posse. That was Sancho, Juancho,
all
Pico de
those guys.
Gallo,
I
Blanket.
stood back there a couple of times.
It was all Tootie
And Han Cholo.
Yeah, it was Han Cholo.
Han Cholo, there you go.
Yeah, those are all his guys.
Well, look, I don't want to leave this area of conversation without saying congratulations to you. I love Lisa G. I follow her on Instagram, and her show with her husband is my favorite show of all time.
Have you ever met Gary?
I've never met him.
It's
the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He's one of the nicest, kindest men. Oh man, I spent a lot of time with Gary. We golf a lot.
Well,
we take trips together.
You guys are all superb, and congratulations on all that success. You guys all deserve it.
Thank you.
So I think a lot of people are going to want to know this because Tootie made a $10,000 movie.
Yes, he did.
You're not done spending money yet.
No.
But we had an episode on this show that is the highest rated episode because people are interested in how do you raise the money? How do you get an known actor in your movie? And you, Weiser, were an investor in this film.
Yes.
And you were also in the movie, which, by the way, you're terrific in the movie. I saw your part.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But let's get into the nitty gritty.
I'll be completely honest with you.
Uh-oh.
I invested in Tootie.
That's
Rodney.
what's up. That's what's up.
You brought up Larry Struber.
Yes.
So this has a lot to do with my passion. This is why the culmination of why I did something I did. Struber was really good friends with Ed Burns at the time. Ed Burns, Brothers McMullen. Back when I was at Access and I was a PA, I heard, Ed Burns made this movie, Brothers McMullen. First it started out at $30,000. And then it became $30 and $3. He made this movie for $3. And it was like, shit, I want to make a movie. So what did everybody do? We started everybody at Access, we could write a movie. So we'd all come up in corners and we're writing movies. So I started writing movies. Yeah. I wrote a bunch of shit. I didn't know what I was doing, if it was good or bad, but I wrote and I loved it. I always wanted to do it. I acted as a kid in high school, did a couple things out of high school.
Newsies.
I was in Newsies.
Rad.
You'll never find me unless you get the DVD extras. I used to race BMX bikes.
Wait a minute, you dance?
Listen, we're not going to get into that. We're going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
He could smurf like a motherfucker.
Let me tell you, dude. I won a dance contest in high school with my buddy Kevin Bailey. Aaron Bailey's my brother's friend. Kevin Bailey, where we won a dance contest, and I won Michael Jackson tickets, bro.
Damn.
And I traded his ticket. We got 2 tickets. I said, hey, bro, I got a pair of Sherwin Vegas in my car. You give me your ticket so I can take this girl that I'm at high school with. So I gave him some Sherwin Vegas for the tickets. Anyways, that's my dance story.
Yeah.
So back to Ed Burns, Circle, whatever. So started writing, really into features, wanted to write features, didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then cut to a couple years later, Matt and Ben, Good Will Hunting, writing, win Oscars.
Yeah.
I started getting fired up.
Yeah.
Finished my first feature writing, started writing another feature. So I got really invested, got really involved. But then my career started changing paths with the TV. Things started picking up. I started making money, put it on the side. So I always had that burning feeling to write something, do something that created from nothing, go there and watch what you have done on a big screen. It's just you,
Yeah.
It's I wanted to write a movie before I wanted to even make a movie. So that was a big passion of mine. So when Tootie had always, every day at Extra, whenever he could, he's plugging away writing shit. Oh, come look at my short. Look at the good life. Look at this. Look at that. And it was something. He was hustling. He had a passion for it.
Yeah.
Cut to, he's got kids. He's got a wife. Things slow down, but he still has the burning for it. He's still making the time for it, and he's doing his thing. So this is a long fast forward to a point where I'm sitting in Las Vegas with him, having probably a great weekend. We did our normal stuff. We just shot the stuff for Extra. We're at my local bar called Hank's. Remind me to tell my Hank story. Oh boy, this is who's got. So we're at Hank's, and I'm very comfortable there. I know the waitress, and we're having a good time. We're having cocktails, and he gives me the pitch to his new movie. Hey, I've got this, and then we're going to do this and the thing and about this guy and he it's a movie within the movie and it takes place in, Mexico and this and that. He's like, I think I really can do it. I think, I'm listening to this guy, and as a person, he's to me, he's one of my closest friends because I can count on him. I love him. I can trust him. We've been through a lot of shit together.
You're misty-eyed right now, Junie.
Don't get all weird. Don't get all weird.
Hey, take your hand away from
Yeah, take it easy. One more whiskey, Ginger, please. So I really want to help him because I see a lot in me of him.
Yeah.
He wants to do what's best for his family, but he wants to make a mark. He wants to do something that matters to him. Yeah. And I see what he's doing to try, and he's working the Lopez angle, and he's doing the hair and the makeup, and he's doing everything he needs to do to get along, but his real passion is this. So I happen to be in a position at that time.
3 whiskeys in?
No, not even. I think
maybe
we just started drinking.
This is all passion. Okay.
Yeah, this was just. I was mulling over stuff many times before, but it never lent itself to the right occasion.
And the pitch was good.
And he would always listen. Like
I would listen.
He would, and he would say, I would pitch him stuff because he knew people with a lot of money, and he just was never. He's like, dude, there's no money in filmmaking.
He would always.
And I had no idea his backstory that he liked writing. That he
That's true.
all that stuff. I just thought he was a businessman
and
who was smart and wanted to he just wasn't into it, and for whatever reason,
you would always hit me up.
I would always hit you up.
Come on, dude. People, and I know people with money at the time, so he was like.
So wait, was the pitch that day good?
The pitch was good enough.
Okay. Yeah,
it was the passion behind the pitch. But I didn't think he was going
to bite. It was just like we started talking.
You were just talking to him.
Yeah, it was a normal time, and he was normally just. I wanted to hear it.
Yeah, and he asked me, he goes, "What are you working on now?" I go, "Dude, I think I'm going to try to do this movie for like $10,000, make it real." Like I just started thinking about my life and who I am and what I'm doing and where I want to go. So I started telling him the story, and he starts laughing. You know what? I'm like, "Thanks a lot, Dick. You're laughing at me." But no, he's like, "Dude, this is really good. This is really good."
It was good.
So I didn't know he was going to come up with anything. I thought I was.
So you weren't asking.
He didn't. No, I'll tell you exactly how it happened. I'll tell you how it happened. He goes down the pitch and he does his thing, and normally it's like it goes away, and he just says whatever, and he's telling me something else. We start busting balls on whatever. I said, well, what do you think you can do it for? He's like, I don't know, like $10,000. I can make this for $10,000. And I said, okay, I'm going to write you a check tomorrow for $10,000. Yeah. And he's like, come on, no. And I said, no, I will write you a check tomorrow for $10,000 because now you're going to make the movie, and if you don't make the movie, it's on you.
Yeah,
right.
He did.
And you can keep talking shit and say that you're going to do all this stuff, but now it's on you, player. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
See, that's a friend investment. That's not an investment.
No,
that's a friend.
He said this. He said that, but he goes, I'll tell you what, when we get back to my house, because we were staying at his house in Vegas, he goes, I'm going to cut you a check for $10,000. Now you got no excuses.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh shit.
That's
awesome. Fuck, I got to make it, I guess.
Yeah. So it was the pitch, but it was the passion behind the pitch.
Yeah.
It's just you invest in the person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard people say it all the time. You invest in the person, and I knew if I did something like that he'd follow through.
Yeah,
No, he has.
I think you're right. And look, if you're listening, always be telling your stories. Always be practicing. You never know who's going to step up or why. The idea that people invest in how they feel about you, and in this case, calling you to task, really, right?
I had no excuses, and you know what? It was great because I would have. The story is good. It's not it's a good story. And
it's a great story.
Yeah,
it really is, and it's a feel good.
It's a real movie, Jack.
It's a real movie, Jack.
It really is.
It made me start moving, start getting people
emotion
together, start breaking down the script, start finding locations, start doing all the shit I needed to do to get this movie made. And it was like, I did it for $10,000, which is a hard thing to do.
And you got Lilo Brancato in it, which is unbelievable.
Dude, that guy, when that guy showed up that day, it changed the game. Yeah. We had to rewrite the script on the spot.
Yeah, everyone was
because
excited.
There was some stuff, man. Yeah. He was doing some stuff.
The story now went from like a comedy
to
more like a drama.
That's why you're here. Another $10,000.
Yeah.
This is the time to ask. He's all fired up. He's got 3 whiskeys in him.
No, because I fucked up last time, and then the next thing was like, well, we got to shoot this at your house.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You actually volunteered that.
I know. That was the drink that night where I said, my house. I made every excuse, dude. 4 days at my house. the whole crew, and that
But
is.
it was nice to have Lilo Brancato at your house doing his thing, right?
It wasn't nice to have that many people in my house constantly.
When
yeah,
you-
no, it
when your
wasn't.
wife
It was
shows
you
up
know
and
what,
goes-
it happened to be like 105
Fuck,
that weekend.
hot.
It was hot,
dude. It was rough.
It was not an easy go, man.
No.
So how did he get a part in it? How did he get to be in it?
So one of the we were in Vegas with a buddy of ours named Mark Wright, and the dude said some outlandish shit, and we were dying. And just the dynamic, like seeing him and Weiser together, it was such a funny dynamic. Because so I don't know. I knew he can act. And,
He really can.
Yeah,
Really
he's
can.
good,
Yeah, really
dude.
good.
You changed up the whole trajectory of the film when you guys come on. So I knew he could. I knew he could do it. And so he was. It was perfect because I wrote his character to play kind of like him, but a lot shadier.
Yeah.
And then Righty's character exactly like Righty. And said, "Fuck it, let's do it," you know. And
then Righty did what Righty does.
Yeah, he was in. He was
bailed
all
out.
in. He was all in.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so excited!
bro.
I'm so excited,
bro. We're gonna do it, bro. And I'll call this person and that person, and it'll be, you know,
Yeah.
this
And then
that.
he
David
didn't show?
Beckham, he'll be there the opening weekend.
And
Yeah.
you know,
Wait till Wayne Rooney. It's huge.
And then he was like, "When are you guys shooting?" I go, "This date's going."
can't make
No,
it.
can you wait like 3 months? I go, "No, I can't wait 3 months. I got 7 days. I shot the feature film in 7 days."
Amazing.
So
Well, congratulations on that partnership because that's cool. And by the way, it does look like you spent a bunch of money
yeah,
on the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
It really does.
And we got a home.
We have potential distribution
Perfect.
on one of the largest platforms that a movie could possibly ever want. I have a relationship with a hotel network that it can run in hundreds of thousands of hotel rooms.
Holy
so
mackerel.
where studios pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that kind of placement.
Yeah.
I got a great relationship from, running the show Must See Movies with Mario and all the hotel rooms.
Right.
That it's all it's all about relationships. So I'm going to leverage that relationship and
When
try
the
and get
time
that
is
movie-
right. Yeah, when the time is right.
and try and get it seen. Because right now, and I told Tootie when this all started, I don't care if we make a dime, dude. Now this needs to be your $10,000
Yeah.
calling card.
That's right.
This needs to get you to the next step, and it's on you to get you to the next step.
Right.
And it has. It's
You
been
know?
a big learning experience. I've met some great people who've seen it, and they're, they want to start
definitely
building
stepped up.
relationships.
You definitely
yeah,
stepped up.
I know
Yeah.
what I'm going to do next.
But we
So-
need to finish the movie.
Yeah.
You got to get to the finish line, because if you don't get to the finish line,
Yeah.
then you got nothing.
That's
we
right.
got nothing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
failed, I failed, we all failed.
But we're right there.
Where are we
Yeah.
at? Where are we at on the
We're
movie?
right there.
Well,
We're
now
like,
it sucks is it's all contingent on other people. We
Yeah.
can't. We
No.
need other people
Yes.
to do the stuff.
Yes,
and
exactly.
that's where you get into a
That's
little
where it gets
predicament that if no
frustrating.
one's as motivated as you are,
Right.
they always say that no one's going to do the job as good as you can.
Yeah.
And if you don't find someone who wants to do the job, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Is that frustrating to someone who every day
Yes.
is getting it done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely frustrating.
Film is like that.
Yep.
It's extremely.
Film will fuck with you.
It's collaborative. But
Yeah.
it's there. We're right there. We're at the door.
The precipice.
Yes.
Well, we can't wait to see it. So looking forward to you finishing
Cinco de
up.
Mayo, right? That's what we're
Cinco de-
shooting
Oh,
for.
is that what it's going to be?
Cinco de Mayo,
That's
yeah.
soon, dude.
Cinco de Mayo.
That's soon.
Yeah, that's a couple months away. And I'm
Well,
thinking Harmony Gold right here for the premiere.
First off, there's no way in hell that we're going to be Cinco de Mayo.
I
Cinco de Mayo
guarantee
2021.
Right here,
right here.
2021 Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Guaranteed.
2021.
I guarantee. Wait, we're in January, February, March, April, May. That's 4 months. I guarantee it.
So with your connections,
Yes.
where you're at, you
Yes.
could probably get a good deal on
Hoping,
color
yeah.
correction and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm hoping
because
you
you'll
know
need
what?
it.
What I would hope is that we can leverage some of the things that we can do for some of these people
Yeah.
to get them to do some favors for us, to be on board for something else.
I'd like to see a vignette on the whole movie, like when they darken the corners and you're like a little bit like that.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
You said that 30 times already, dude.
Have I said that? A
He has
vignette?
said that.
Have
Okay.
I said
We get it, we
vignette?
get it.
Vignette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, vignette. We'll
Think about it. Just think
Yeah.
about it. I'm not saying I have no
I
dog
want
in
you to
this
think,
race.
the guy wants to think about it.
Think about it. Just wants you to
Think
think
about
about
it.
it.
So Hanks, where Tootie and I made this deal. I go to Hanks. That's my place in Vegas. It's a local place.
I know Hanks.
You know Hanks, right? So it's a really classy place. It's no Pink Taco, but
No. But hey, come on.
it's nice. I mean, it's the signature $50
Yeah.
steaks. It's the bullshit Vegas vibe.
Yeah.
But it's up by the house, so I go there and I meet my buddy who lives out there. Carmine's his name, and if you've never met Carmine, he knows Carmine. He is a character,
Out of
He's
his mind.
out of a sitcom. This guy's
Yeah.
out of his fucking mind. All he cares about is two things: weed and women.
That's it.
That's it. And he's that's that. So
he's coming in about 300 bills too now. So.
No.
He lost it?
Yeah, he's looking good.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. No more shines.
No more shines. All right.
So we're at Hank's.
240.
I'd go pick him up and we go to Hank's. We usually call ahead. We get the spot we want somewhere at the bar, whatever. He calls the girl who we know, the waitress, so that I feel comfortable going there. He calls ahead and he's like, listen, there's no spots at the bar where we like to sit, but she's going to put us at one of the 4 tops in the back, so there'll be 4 of us. And she's got a couple girlfriends coming to town, and we're just going to sit with her girlfriends there, and it'll be me and you. And he's like, hopefully maybe one of them's single, and it'll be perfect for me. And I said, yeah, whatever you need. So we go to Hank's, and we go, and this is a couple years ago. So we go, and I'm sitting at the 4 top, and the 2 girls walk in, and one of them's attractive, and they're at least his age, so that's good. I'm married, so I got no dog in the fight.
Right.
And my buddy is the piano guy. He's playing on the piano. He's a buddy of mine. He sings in the bar. He's whatever.
The lounge guy.
He's coming over. They're sending over drinks, and we're all having a good time. And Carmine's like, he's doing his thing. He's talking. He's getting wasted, and he's like looking at the girl, and he's like, oh, nudging me. And then he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. As soon as he goes in the bathroom, one of the girls picks up her phone, and I notice when she gets on her iPhone, she's missing a couple fingers. And I think to myself, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Randomly, some guy walks into the bar and he's missing an arm. So I'm like,
this is where we made our deal at Hank's?
I'm like, okay, random. Carmine is a loose fucking cannon. I need to say something to Carmine and tip him off so he doesn't say, holy shit, do you see the guy with one arm?
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to make an ass out of himself, because this girl, she's missing fingers.
Right.
And I don't want any
And he
trauma.
might get with her.
And he might, allegedly. He comes back from the bar. I send him a text. I say, hey, just be careful. She's missing 2 fingers.
Oh, no.
He comes back. He sits down at the bar next to us. He reads his text, and he stands up and he goes, who's missing 2 fingers? I'm mortified.
Oh, my goodness.
I look.
Oh,
my guy who's
man.
the piano guy who's standing there looks at me. He looks at the
Piano
girl.
stops.
And time stopped.
Yeah.
I got up. I peeled out. Went to the car. I have not been back to Hank's since.
No.
Man.
Not since.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Carmine cruises out to the car 20 minutes later. Oh, where'd you guys go?
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, my
What
God.
happened? I was working this girl and what?
Did the girl leave too? Is it good?
I bailed. I have no idea. But every time that my buddy who I go see.
That's a great scene in a movie, by the way.
I can't go see him ever again. I say to him, hey, are you what are you doing tonight? And he goes and he'll send me a picture of just the hang loose with the 2 fingers.
Oh,
it means
my
that he's playing at
God.
Hank's tonight.
That's a
He's got
great
2
story,
fingers.
man.
It's
Oh
a Vegas
my
story.
God. That's
It's
a
a Vegas
terrific story. So what's next? What do you see? You're mid-career. You're young. So what's
Honestly,
happening? Yeah.
I'm looking to slow it down.
Really?
I've planted enough seeds now, and I'm just kind of let things grow. I have the thing with Mario in the hotel rooms, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I have a show that's been going for the last 10 years in Las Vegas and all the channels called the 702 Scene, which is like a free to guest channel all on the hot spots in Las Vegas. That's been going over a decade now, which is crazy. Which Carissa Thompson, NFL,
Yeah,
and she's also
love
on
her.
Extra.
Yeah.
She's the host of that. So
Wait, she's still an extra?
she's still at Extra. She's our Las Vegas correspondent. She
wow, I
does.
didn't
She
know
does.
that.
She does all her pieces in Vegas.
Jealous, dude, because we used to go to Vegas with Extra.
I remember. I used to go
we had
too.
Some fun, some
Yeah.
fun
Good
nights,
times.
dude.
Yeah.
So
times.
I'm doing a lot of stuff with the hotel people.
Yeah.
I see a lot of opportunity there. I'm gonna ride out what's going on with Extra. We got another 3 years. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
The content is changing the landscape of what we're doing. Like we've got this studio that's in the middle of the newsroom, and everything's kind of active around
Yeah.
us, and it's constant energy. So
Well, let me ask you this.
I'm gonna ride it out.
You're a smart guy. You obviously see the future in some cases. You made great decisions. What is coming? Like, what's coming for entertainment television? What do you see?
That's a great question.
I mean, what do you see? Like, do you see?
I
are there
honestly-
is there any writings on the wall about what's coming?
A while ago, a couple years ago, I would say what is old is new again, with all the the Fuller House and the 90210 and all that kind of stuff. But
And the Saved by the Bell.
and the Saved by the Bell. But honestly, I'm wrong. I was wrong on that, because people didn't give a shit about 90210.
Right.
That Fuller House has kind of run its course, and Saved by the Bell, I think it's going to have a lot of life, hopefully at the jump start to get them what they
Right.
need. But I think like the next kind of phase, if I knew, I'd be doing it, man.
Yeah.
I think that people are more interested in, like what you see with social media. They need information. They like to consume shit now. And it's, I'll never forget one of the things in Vegas when all the, how you would put the billboard, everyone would want to advertise on the billboards.
Yeah.
And everything would be the signs of the restaurants. When you're walking, you'd look up and you go, oh, look, that's the restaurant. That's whatever restaurant, or that's this, that's that. And you're looking up at the signage. Somebody, when he was designing the aria, I took a meeting and someone was telling me about, there was this company that was going to broadcast in like an LED light on the ground of what the things that you were passing. So you're walking by with your head looking down at your phone, and you would still see what you're passing because everyone's looking down. They're no longer looking up. They're at their phone.
Right.
So I honestly think the next thing of entertainment is going to be almost like how Vine and Instagram are these little snippets of things. I think people are going to start consuming things so quickly because their attention span's like a gnat. I think that's the next thing. I think someone's going to create something almost like a ridiculousness or something for entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just constant. This is what this show had. This is what that show had. This is what that show had. This is what this show had. And it's just information quick and in and out. You're done because you don't. People used to have to, they'll record our show maybe still if they like your host or if you've got some exclusive.
Yeah.
Or like you said, it's in the background and you're just listening to it while you're making dinner and it's always been on. So it's part of your, it's Americana. It's just part of who you are.
Yeah.
Now, like people, if you really want something that's going to work and the advertisers are going to advertise on your platform, it needs to be fast. You need to get a lot of people. It needs to have a lot of heat. It needs to have an angle.
What I find fascinating about media in general is that moments happen every day, and those moments you can't help but want to watch over and over again. So if I see a moment,
right, the Jen and Brad moment,
yeah,
that everyone's talking about,
I don't care that much about. But yeah, you're right.
But even though it's bullshit, everyone knows they're not getting back together. It's been 14 years. They got divorced for a reason.
I can watch that story on every single show
on it,
and I'm on it. I'll watch
every.
I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll be like, oh wow, check it out. Right. Right. And I already saw the 4 pictures that they've shown everywhere.
And it's just I mean, it's like we want so bad to just change the narrative to whatever it's we can consume in our minds.
So that's what people are looking for out there. They're looking
man.
for that moment, that excitement,
a quick moment that goes viral, something that they'll talk about for a week, and then it goes away. But that's the sad part of our business too. That's the sad part because I've seen you're here, and then within minutes, within days, you're gone.
The yodeling kid, the yodeling cowboy.
The yodeling cowboy.
I like that guy.
Dude, that guy was
Hank
like
Williams
on,
Jr.
He was on Calvin Harris albums, and then the guy, he's probably waiting in line at Walmart right now.
Right.
That's it. And
singing at Walmart.
Little Hank.
Little Hank,
Little Hank. Dude. But you know what? 10 years from now, he'll be in some revival thing. It'll be hot again for a while. He'll make a T-shirt,
He'll
make a
some
couple
money.
of bucks.
Yeah.
It's better to be hot once than never hot at all.
I can sit down and watch, Instagram and clips and all that stuff. But I do sometimes at the end of the day just want to watch a nice long story, like an hour or a limited
you want
series.
It to breathe. You want
like I watched Aaron.
I'm not putting what I'm doing in that category.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I hear you. But there's room for all of it, I think, and we're just going to keep consuming more of it.
I don't understand why no one's done what we're doing on our phones. We should be creating a show just for the phones.
Yeah. Right.
Like I don't understand.
I get the feeling you're going to do that.
Well,
soon.
I think other shows that have bigger budgets already do 30-second things. And I don't do our web or tech or any of that stuff. We could be doing that shit, and I don't know.
Right.
But I think that there's an audience that could just be.
I just read a thing. David Fincher watches movies on his phone.
Yeah.
David Fincher, dude, watches movies on his phone.
Me and David.
You and David.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Weiser, I got to ask you if you know of a website called extrememusic.com.
No.
When you started in the business, there was libraries of music that you can buy.
Yeah.
And they were like drama, right? Slapstick, whatever. Well, this guy, Russ Emanuel, created a website called extrememusic.com, which he later sold to Sony for I don't even know how much money.
A lot.
But he created this website, and on the website, you can go there and pick a genre and find there's thousands of songs. It's not so much the library that is fascinating. What Russ has created is that you can go on there, you pick a song, there's a 2-minute version, there's a 30-second version, there's a 10-second version, and then there's a sting. That's great. That you can get on a lot of sites. What you can't get is if you put in the time of your clip, 1 minute, 2 minute, 4 minute, 30 seconds, it'll cut it down and give you a sting at the end just by you putting in the amount of time that your clip is.
Right.
Now, if that wasn't enough, if for some reason you don't like the drums on that track, you remove the drums. And then it gives you a new track without drums. You want the drums back, you want the guitar out, whatever you want, they can do it there. So extrememusic.com, if you haven't checked them out, you should.
You sound like Pete
You've heard of
right
Extreme
there.
Music. You see this?
Wait, are you talking about extrememusic.com?
Yeah.
Oh, what? You know about it?
Do I know about it? It's like a music house that houses music. So if I'm an artist, I can actually place my music.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a furniture store on consignment.
Yes.
But you got to buy it.
He knows it.
I
gotta
put
buy
up
it.
my stuff.
Yeah.
If you want it, people buy it.
That's right.
But there's going to be more for you, Junie, instead of this entertainment TV.
You don't see
I already
film.
know where you're going.
Hey, you don't see film, you don't see long form, you don't see any of your like dreams being played out later.
Tootie wants me to direct stuff.
You
He wants
should.
me to.
You should.
Because when I get there, unfortunately, and it's probably one of my biggest faults, once I get into a situation and I see something happening, I want to be a part of it so
Yeah.
much that I kind of take over that area.
And that was really cool, man, to see you on Made in Mexico take over the reins. And
Yeah.
man, this guy had some visions. On
He
the
did.
spot. On the
Did he-
spot.
Did he have some
If he would have
talent?
been
spot.
along from the beginning, it would
On
have
the
been a
spot.
different thing. But it was literally like we were just using. He was the EP, and we were using his house, so he was there just to make sure we didn't fuck shit up. And then because he knows the story, he knows the script, and he's watching, and I'm acting a lot of shit. So I end up looking to him for direction.
Yeah.
I end up looking, and I could feel him looking at us, and then he would go, "You can't."
You're like, you know what? Hey, Teddy,
Try it like
let's
this.
flip this shot right
Try
here.
it like
Look
this,
behind
yeah.
you. You got
Yeah.
all
Well,
this.
He started
yeah.
doing DP shit, but then
Yeah.
he started like coaching me and
Yep.
Lilo and acting, which is great. You know what I mean? Because and the shit that he was telling us worked. You know,
Yeah.
the scene where you said, "No, dude, you got to lose it. You got to get on when you're on the phone with your wife. You lose it. Like
Yeah.
you lose." And I did. And in the movie, if you want the second half, it's
it's a different character.
it's a different guy because he finally comes to a breaking point because he's at the head. You know, there's no more where he can go, so he explodes, and you see it.
Yeah.
And it worked. It really did.
I felt a little bit. I didn't want to step on toes because that wasn't my role. But then, you're at my house and
Yep.
it's my money. I'm going to step in if I see something
And
I think
you
could
know
be
it,
better.
though.
But it
Right.
worked out, man.
It worked out.
It
It worked
didn't.
out.
It didn't seem like you were stepping on anybody's
Good.
toes.
No,
It
yeah.
was all
collaborative.
natural.
No, it was all collaborative, dude. That's the thing. It was all collaborative. We all put our 2 cents in.
I'm going to tell you something. Of all the people that we've interviewed,
Yeah.
and
Come on,
I'm not trying
No,
to
no,
blow
no.
smoke.
start
I'm going
now.
to tell you something.
Let's hear it.
You are definitely one of the smartest businessmen that have been on it, potentially that I've ever met.
Yeah.
I can see you looking at life as what's working and not working, right? What's not going to take you anywhere and what's going to take you somewhere.
Right.
And you could see it in the decisions you've made, in the business that you're in, and how you've taken it to the highest level. So it's really cool to hang out with you and talk to you. I
appreciate
know
that.
I've known you. I played golf with you for 18 holes,
Yeah.
but I didn't
Get
know.
there.
I didn't get there.
Get there.
Oh my god, that was so funny. What a horrible.
You
way
were the
to
best
start.
golfer on our team.
Oh, stop.
But then again, our team was.
The year before, you were on I was on your team.
But you're inspiring. I'm
Thank you.
inspired.
I
I'm
appreciate
kind of
that.
looking
Yeah.
forward to going and making good decisions tomorrow based on
Well,
this interview.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, listen, I appreciate that. Like I think I've been very lucky and I've had a lot of success, but I've had a lot of failures.
Yeah.
My body kind of takes the toll. There's a lot of stress involved in making decisions and doing things. But if you want something, like the thing that really hit me was like nobody gave me shit, and I prided myself on nobody giving you shit. If you want something, you got to get it, and if you find something that you love doing, and like you hear the bullshit cliches all the time, like do what you love, do what you love. But it's really true. If you start gravitating to what you love, you're so passionate about something, the money will come.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that I was so passionate about just getting my hands dirty and doing something that the money kind of just came.
And you attracted good people because you're a hard worker, and you produced important and quality programming.
Yeah.
Great
And-
relationships.
Yes. And you know what? I think just something for your audience. Like if you're, I kind of look at it as like everyone's like, oh, I got to make $1. I got to do that. I got to survive. I got to pay my rent. I got to do this. And money's a struggle. If you kind of take it for a different perspective, is that you're only living life one time.
Yeah.
You have one time going through all of this. The journey, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, once you're going from A to B, you're going to end up at B. And you're going to become something no matter what. Like I used to say, man, when am I going to start my career? When am I going to start my 20 years into TV? I'm like, holy shit, this was my career.
Right.
It just happened because you were doing something that you were really passionate about.
Right.
So my advice would be, man, like, don't look at money like it's so hard to get. Look at money like this is a challenge that you're putting on yourself, that you only have one life to live. Make as much money and do things as you can. Don't look at it as like a downfall. Look at it as like a challenge to yourself. Nobody else is counting on you but yourself. Put it all in yourself. Believe in yourself. Do everything you possibly can to be
bet on
best.
yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Just bet on yourself, because no one's going to bet on you as much as you bet on yourself.
That's great advice. If you're listening, go listen again, man. This is good stuff and very inspiring. Thank you, Steve. For being
I hope
on
I
the
don't
show.
get in trouble for any shit that I said.
No, I think it was all terrific. That's one of the best shows I think I've ever listened to. It was amazing. I hope a lot of people get to listen. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for making the trek 2 times in 1 week, and thanks for listening to Let's Get Into It.
Well, I got to tell you guys a 702 story now.
That was great.